They call your gut your second brain, and I didn't necessarily believe that until I cleaned mine up and I saw my mental health shift. And stick with me because in this video, I'm going to give you 5 practical steps that you can go ahead and start using today to improve your gut health. I'm just a regular guy. Back in 2012, I started changing everything. Over the years, I learned how to heal, lose weight, and get my life back. In 2024, I took it all the way. The results have been life-changing. Stick around, I'll show you how I did it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the most life-changing discoveries I've ever made. How your gut health can completely transform your mental well-being. And this isn't just theory for me, I've lived it. This is my body, this is my life, and this is what I've done. I want to walk you through exactly what happened in my life, why the science backs it up, and like I said, what you can do about it. Before I got serious about cleaning up my gut health, I dealt with probably the same thing that everybody else does. Mood swings, brain fog, and what felt like this mental heaviness that just never really seems to go away. Sometimes I would try to just power through my day, but the clarity wasn't there. I'd need caffeine to drown in so that I could at least try to function. And here's the thing, I was on ADHD medication at the time, and for a while, it seemed to help until it didn't. Eventually, the medication just stopped working the way that it used to, and the only answer was to increase the dose. Increase the dose of stimulants? More stimulants? Really? But instead of increasing the dose, I really felt like my body was rejecting it. And that's when I realized, like literally the light bulb went off in my head. I can't medicate my way out of something that was actually already rooted in my daily habits and nutrition. When I made the shift to eating clean, whole foods, cutting out all of the processed junk, and just started focusing on plant-based, nutrient-dense meals, I noticed changes almost immediately. Within the first few weeks, my digestion started improving. But the bigger surprise actually came a couple of months in. That's when my mental state started to shift. I had more energy, I felt calmer, and the constant up and down roller coaster of my mood every single day just started to even out. I remember one day very vividly, about a few months into this kind of new lifestyle transformation, I realized that my ADHD meds literally were not doing what they were supposed to do. And in fact, the effect that came from the medication flipped and actually started doing the opposite of what it was supposed to. So if you know ADHD and ADHD medication, it's supposed to give you stimulation and help you focus. And I found one day after having eaten clean for a few months that I took the medication and it actually made me exhausted, completely drained me. Like about 30 to 40 minutes after you take the medication, it's supposed to kick in, I wanted to go to sleep. I just wanted to take a nap. So I did a little more research and I realized that if I'm eating super clean, I don't even need the medication. So here's something that I was diagnosed with when I was really young that I have dealt with my entire life. And I have eaten kind of a normal American diet my entire life. 3 months into adapting a plant-based, vegan, mucusless diet, all of a sudden, my ADHD symptoms are gone. Like, talk about mind-blowing. Like, I still can't wrap my brain around it. It's been a few months now and I still can't wrap my brain around how unbelievable this was for me to discover. My body was regulating itself better, my focus was sharper, my energy was more consistent, and my ability to handle stress improved dramatically. That was the moment that I became a true believer in the gut-brain connection. So let's talk about the science, because this isn't just my personal story. It's backed by research. Your gut is often called the second brain because of the enteric nervous system, a complex network of neurons that lines your digestive tract. But it goes deeper. Your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that are living in your intestines right now, play a direct role in producing neurotransmitters. For example, about 90% of your body's serotonin, the feel-good chemical that's linked to mood and well-being, is actually produced in the gut. Dopamine, GABA, and other neurotransmitters are also influenced by gut bacteria. So when your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, overloaded with the wrong foods, those critical brain chemicals are out of whack, and that directly affects how you feel mentally. So let's get real about what wrecks your gut health. Number 1 is processed food, which is, let's not be mistaken here, 99% of the food that is available to us anytime we go out. Even if you go out to a restaurant where they take multiple ingredients and they make a fresh meal out of those ingredients, those ingredients are probably processed. So it is really difficult to avoid processed food these days, trust me. But all of those refined sugars, artificial flavorings, artificial ingredients, seed oils, and preservatives, they all inflame the gut and feed that bad bacteria that throws everything off balance. Hey, if this is hitting home, please hit like and subscribe, and drop a comment. I'm building this channel to share real strategies that work, and your support helps get this message out to more people. Number 2, excessive sugar. Sugar not only spikes your blood sugar and your insulin, but also fuels harmful bacteria and yeast overgrowth. Number 3, antibiotics. While antibiotics can save lives, overuse just wipes out the good bacteria along with the bad, leaving your gut microbiome just simply depleted. And finally, chronic stress. Yes, stress itself can damage the gut lining and reduces the diversity of the healthy bacteria. So what actually supports a healthy gut? First off, fiber. Most people are not getting nearly enough fiber. And fiber is what feeds your good bacteria. Think leafy greens, vegetables, fruits, beans, and whole plant foods. Next, probiotics. Foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, and other fermented foods that bring beneficial bacteria right into your system. Third, fasting. When you give your gut a break by spacing out meals, you allow the digestive system to reset and repair itself. Intermittent fasting in particular has been shown to improve microbiome diversity and reduce inflammation. And lastly, overall, clean, whole food nutrition. It's not necessarily about perfection, but it's about consistently fueling your body with foods that heal rather than harm. When I made these changes, I didn't just see physical results. And don't get me wrong, the physical results were awesome. More importantly, I experienced mental clarity that I hadn't experienced in years. My brain fog lifted, I could focus for longer and longer stretches of time without distraction. And this is after I stopped taking ADHD medicine, mind you. My mood stabilized, and that anxious, restless energy that I used to carry around with me all day started to fade away. It felt like I was finally operating as myself once again for the first time in decades, without this constant chemical tug of war happening inside my body. This is why I say your gut health can change your mental well-being. I'm living proof. Like I said, it wasn't overnight, but the longer I stayed consistent, the more my system reset itself until my reliance on medication faded away naturally. So as promised, here are 5 practical steps of things that you can do starting today to improve your gut health. Number 1, cut down or cut out processed foods and sugar. Don't overcomplicate it. Just swap in real whole foods where you can. Add more fiber-rich foods. When you're going through selecting ingredients, start to think of things that are going to increase your fiber intake. Start thinking of every meal as an opportunity to improve your gut health rather than ruin it. Include probiotics and fermented foods a few times a week. Start small and see how your body reacts. My favorite, sauerkraut. Just make sure you get the sauerkraut that's in the refrigerated section, not the dry section. You want probiotics that are actually still alive. Practice intermittent fasting, or at least allow longer gaps between meals to allow your microbiome and your gut the opportunity to reset and repair. And number 5, the one that everybody seems to overlook more often than not, is your mental well-being. Take care of yourself. Manage your stress with daily practices like meditation, yoga, stretching, exercise, grounding, walking outside, taking in some sun, whatever you got to do to reset and calm that nervous system down. Stress is fuel for gut imbalance, so controlling it is just as important as what you eat. So here's the truth. Your gut health really can change your mental well-being. I didn't believe it until I lived it, but now I can't unsee the connection. If you're struggling with brain fog, mood swings, low energy, start by looking at your gut. Because when you clean up what's happening on the inside, everything else outside in your life starts working a lot better. If you've noticed this connection in your own life, please drop a comment, tell me your experience, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more strategies to heal yourself from the inside out. And if this video resonated with you, please feel free to share it with somebody else who you think may benefit from it. Because trust me, changing your gut can change your entire life.